All right, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to Amibroker training by the Bangalore Investors Club. So online right now we have Sid, Madhu, Gyani, and Srinivas participating, and then there will be others hopefully joining, and it will be available for recording later. So just first off, the idea basically is that you already have AMI installed on your side, and what we propose to do is go through the help file on this step by step, right from I think introduction. The main thing is actually in the tutorial, but I think we'll just go through it introduction wise. Still, my guess is the reference guide or the technique, not even the technical analysis guide, which because that has things about TA. Basically, the idea is to have uh, uh, to learn how to use AMI, not so much in getting into technical analysis. So, for example, you'll see here price charts and trend lines and all that. When it comes to all the TA, I don't propose to get into all of this. These are things that, or even the indicators, there's a whole list of them. It just explains what the indicators are and how to use them and all. So the help guide also has these additional features. So if you want to sort of revise or learn some TA stuff right from the core academic thing, or like suppose we take MACD here, right? So it will tell you what the MACD is, and it will give you a nice explanation, short thing. So it's nice revision tool for those of us who are interested. So like I said, I'm not planning to get to this level. That is something which is TA related, and I also do not plan to do uh, the formula language, the Amibroker formula language. This is something that there are plenty of guys on the session who are far more competent than me on this. I only know the expansion of AFL. You guys will probably be able to do some really great stuff if you want to get into this. So uh, all of you, I think there's only Madhu and myself here who are the exception, who are here who are not programmers, and all of you other guys could go through this. So maybe we could have a session online where one of you could lead uh, a session on using AFL, and I would love to attend that. So if anybody could spend some time exploring AFL, and we can schedule some sessions, however many it takes, so at least maybe some, at least get a sense of what is possible. Because one of the things to know is that AFL is extensively used. You'll find a lot of online resources for AFL use, and has become very, very popular. And also to add, it is extremely efficient and extremely fast. So if you want to do testing of some theory or some thesis on a range of, say, not just 100 but 10,000 stocks, AFL Amibroker has been written in what some people are telling me in some extremely efficient way. So it's extremely fast. And if you look at if you go to the Amibroker website and go to their documentation, there you'll find more information about the technology side of it. So anyhow, I'm not going that. I leave that to the geeks in the group. So we will basically restrict ourselves till, let's see what's in the reference guide. Yeah, maybe the Windows, and even that I don't think so, but we'll see, right? So I propose to do at least till the tutorial, and I don't think this is going to get done today only. So we'll have more of this like TMIT sessions back to back and finish it off at the earliest. Okay, so with that, let's jump into the introduction. So what I'm also going to do is, so I have this two screen setup, and whenever I need to demonstrate something, or the idea is to read the guide, demonstrate something parallelly on the Amibroker setup, and um, you know, uh, to make it seamless and quick, uh, to prevent any irritation and all of that, I will probably mostly be putting the Amibroker guide just on my second screen, but if you think it should be here so that you can also read it, let me know, and I will keep dragging it in and out if that's visually fine, right? Okay. So before jumping in, I just wanted to just demonstrate something that I find very useful that we could do with Amibroker in terms of charting. So let me, even before getting into Amibroker training, explain the chart that you are seeing here right now, right? Let's see. Okay, right. So what you should be seeing on your side is the Nifty chart, and you can see three charts as right. I'm not getting into Amibroker features, panels, etc. I'm just want to demonstrate something that we can do with Amibroker to start off the session. On the left here, this panel is the daily panel. So this one that you're seeing here, I've just oh god, okay, fine, shouldn't have done that. It got maximized. I'm just going to scale it vertically, right, or arrange it vertically, and bring it back. Oh, what happened? All right, okay. So on the left is the daily chart, in the middle is the weekly chart, and on the right is the monthly chart, all of the Nifty. Okay, so you're now seeing the Nifty in three different time frames, but you're seeing this simultaneously. Okay, as you all know, this was not possible to do, or it was cumbersome in the earlier software we were using. This allows us to do this triple simultaneous view in triple uh, 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 in a triple chat all at one time. What's very nice also, so just doing long-term analysis and knowing where it is in the monthly or yearly time frame, like in the rightmost chart, or in the weekly time frame, or you can switch this across, of course, right? I should be able to put the daily on the right side, for example, the daily here, let the weekly be in the middle, and on the left we will have the monthly, right? So whichever way, so left to right you are looking at the ultra long term, in the middle you're looking at the sort of medium term, and in the right you really zoom in. Sorry, I want to zoom into this. In the right you zoom in and look at really the very short term, so on different time periods how it is, if everything in sync, long term, medium term, short term, or rather to be more correct, monthly, weekly, daily, or is, let's say, if we look at it here, just to explain, you can clearly see that right now, month to month, we seem to be going down, and on the leftmost screen, if you concentrate, you can see that we've got a hammer, monthly hammer, right? Things we usually don't see, and then because we just don't see monthly charts often, and then in the middle, we've got this still downtrending, but in the short term, we are probably in an uptrend now, right? So maybe this uptrend is the start of something where now the weekly will also go up, and you're actually seeing that we've got a higher bottom on the weekly, but we do not have that, right? So we are yet to see higher tops in daily, weekly, but this is all a matter of time, and maybe the downtrend is the multi-month downtrend is over. So all this, and the other very nice thing is just to, so I'm going to change the stock, right? And let's say put Maruti, and you will see that all three of these will change simultaneously. Okay, so all three are now Maruti charts. On the left side, you see Maruti in terms of uh, many months, and you can see how strong that trend has been, right? For almost the whole of 2014, it's just been amazingly strong. And then you're seeing again the weekly and the monthly and the daily. So I just wanted to put this out, that this is one layout I'm sort of experimenting with and looking at how I want to use this, because I find this extremely effective in terms of being able to see multi time frame charts simultaneously, and do a far more comprehensive analysis. The whole idea that, for example, just to go back to Maruti, sorry. Okay, if I were to put a line here, now I have to figure out whether how to make this line come on all the charts if I want, but on the other hand, it's also convenient that it's not. Now I know that when I see this line here, I'm also dealing with the similar line at this level, right? Though it doesn't come automatically, there may be a setting for that. We'll figure it out. But very often, if you know, if you've noticed, you're looking at maybe only the daily chart like this, okay? And we are wondering, okay, if I don't have these lines, now all of you know that I put these green lines on top if it's life highs or close to that. Now suppose I didn't have this, how do I know that this is at a life high or not, right? Now by being able to just have these multiple time frame charts, we are very quickly able to know this. So just to point out one neat feature that I sort of figured out in terms of also what is called stock linking, thanks to Balki, and you link all these charts together. So just that for an appetizer, a teaser, and now let's jump into the sessions, right? Okay, so getting into the introduction. Really doesn't say much. I'm not going to read this word for word. I don't think so. It just says there's a quick features tour for those of us who are interested. I'm not going to go that. We want to basically do this comprehensively, so we'll take it um, step by step. So if you're the first time user, which is the category I would put myself in, right? We basically want to look out the tutorial section, which is where we will jump to quickly. I don't know if this is too small. Can I? Okay, great. I can make this bigger. All right, super. There's a reference guide for us who are more technically inclined, and maybe if we need, we will do that later. And then TA guide and AFL. Okay, so the next section is on the editions of Amibroker. I guess most of us will just end up using the professional version for, I don't know. So just to point out, tick charts, back testing and scanning. Now tick charts, I guess only if we are looking at really live data. Um, and at some point, I think if you're going to use Amibroker for real-time quote display, the standard edition does only 10, but the professional has unlimited. And for me, this would be something which would make me choose professional. I don't see myself doing back testing actively, scanning, yes, okay, but streaming real-time, definitely. Time and sales window, you don't get data for time and sales from most of the brokers in India, but you do get it on IB, by the way. The time and sales window, what that is, we'll get into later. Only one symbol, really bad. Unlimited, great. Um, okay, so real-time data, I'm going to skip this. There was something about, uh, okay. I don't know if anybody can help me here, but there was something about being able to use Yahoo data in terms of just connecting Amibroker to Yahoo, or rather just being on the net and getting it. It'll be there somewhere. We'll figure that out. I was just wondering whether that's between standard and professional. Okay. You can, when you buy it, actually decide to, so putting up the Amibroker website and all, you can, where is this? Uh, Purchase. If you purchase it, you can decide to essentially buy it in parts, which is right. I will not jump into the pricing and all, but essentially just wanted to illustrate that there's one comprehensive all-in-one fee of $497 right now. But you could buy it in parts of buying only the standard version and then upgrade to the professional version. later. It costs a little more, but if anybody is looking to uh, do that, then that's an option, right? So that, okay. Oops, sorry. Yeah. All right. So now getting into a quick tour of that in the user's guide. So let me know if I should stop anywhere here or explain anything if I can. Some of it is technical, so I won't be able to, but I think this is just a one pager, so let's go through it. So object-oriented drawing tools or your trend lines, rays, Fibonacci, arc, GAN, etc. can be done. This is just like any other standard software, so there's nothing more to say. Drag and drop indicator creation, pretty standard. Customizable user interface. This is actually far more customizable than quite a few others that, not quite a few, but a few others that we've seen. Uh, I'm clicking this and it says, okay, so it will come to this panes thing, and I think we will do that later uh, when we come to that level. And you have this tick charts, 15-minute charts, lots of indicators built in. Uh, Okay, so relative performance charts on top of that. I think this is something which is very useful. Somebody was asking me the other day, if you got, let's say, so we were in the wealth lab, we were discussing Gati last week, and the question came up: can we compare simultaneously, say, the Gati stock versus TCI, Travel Corporation of, sorry, Transport Corporation of India, versus All Cargo versus Snowman Logistics, all on one thing. So I haven't really used this, but if you can just drag drop all 5 6, and it gives you relative performance, right? So you want to know which one has gone up the most, least from a certain base historical reference date, then this is great. So I'm assuming we can just drag drop this would be super to have. So you then know if a particular sector is doing well, then in that sector which stock you can do just by doing a relative performance of the stocks in that sector. Okay. All right, multiple chart panes, windows, all this is fine. Extremely fast zooming and live scrolling, it's absolutely true. I mean, it is amazingly intuitive, fast, as though it just almost to the level that you feel like, I feel like it's reading my mind as to what I want to do next. The lag is just not there if you're using this on a good machine, I suppose. All right. Um, okay, so Amibroker is capable of handling virtually any exchange in the world, so that is just great. So you've got all these data feeds that you can get: live data, e-signal, my track, IQ. Sid will probably be a little perhaps more familiar with this. You can also use this with interactive brokers. So this is one thing, right, that it can take data from interactive brokers. I have not used it myself, so that's something to learn. And the IB data then comes into this. Some people I've heard are saying that there is a lot of lag in that because IB does throttling of the data. So they don't give you a lot of data. If you refresh too many times, they slow it down. So that issue might be there. But if you're looking at a limited set of stocks and you're looking at good quality data, which is virtually free anyhow, since you're getting it on IB, and then you just want to pull it in, then that free, just by the way, since Sid and maybe other folks will watch this later, we've seen that on IB, the NSC data is free, but if you need data for almost any other place in the world, you have to pay for it, somewhere between a few dollars per month to sometimes many dollars per month, right? Uh, okay. Uh, then this is something that is useful for us: direct feed from Metastock and other databases. So as you know, we've been using the Metastock database, and it's nice that you can just seamlessly integrate it into what we are using without any conversion, etc. And the update is also there. ASCII import wizard. So later, if you want to do something, all you geeks out there, very convenient. Just create your data file in an ASCII format, import it. It'll put it in an Amibroker format, and bingo, you're ready to go. Like I said, built-in database importer. We will look into that later. Um, Yes, so this is something which I think is uh, really something to think about. Right, these parts. Okay, AMI quote. So AMI quote, by the way, right? So the first part is a separate inbuilt package, I think, in Amibroker. To quickly obtain free end-of-day data from major world exchanges and all US markets, LSE, ASX, so London Stock Exchange, I'm assuming ASX Amsterdam, Paris, Milan, Frankfurt. So for Sid out there, and it's something that even I'm interested in exploring the US markets, this is something great to have. And if we are getting free end-of-day data, then that is just, fantastic. Free forex data. All right, so even if you're not trading forex, just to know impact of forex on individual stock, this is would be great. And then it says also free historical intraday delayed quotes, right? For those of us who are not doing live trading but want to look at, live setups, or maybe write some filters or scanners, at least for a start you've got this. So this thing that we don't have to be dishing out or ransom for data with this, and with the inbuilt features, is just simply great. Okay, I this is something great, but really perhaps not uh, relevant to us. One click automatic downloaders for NYSE, Amex, and all that. So great for Sid, and I would love to for Sid to take up this and maybe do a presentation for us. And script driven ones, why it's not there for the NSE or the BSE or the MCX, I don't know. Maybe this is something you guys can consider writing up in terms of writing the code for that and making it available. Maybe you could even sell it and make some money out of it. I have no idea. All right. Uh, there is this thing about information for data sources for Amibroker. Okay, so we're going somewhere. Mm, okay, so let me not spend too much time on this. This is in updating quotes as a separate pane here. Okay. Um, it says what is for price and what can be done free, uh, and what you can get. So e-signal, all this DTN are all charged. Okay, so here's something for us to know on IB: 30-day backfill. Okay, so really we are not getting full historical data. You're going to get only 30-day backfill data, but you're going to get this for intraday and up to 100 symbols, which I think is more than enough for any short-term traders. If you're doing any F&O options stuff and all, this I think is quite happy. Having said that, just to compare, uh, Trade Tiger of Sher Khan now gives 90 days backfill intraday. So we might find this limitation. So maybe that IB integration is not such a great deal after all. All right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Various exchanges, I guess, NSE, etc., will come here. Let's see. Now it's gone to the website. Okay. Let's look at. Is NSE here anywhere? Nope. Okay, so at least since data is not really an issue for us right now, since we have the TW, I won't spend time here. If anybody finds something helpful on this thing, do share the idea. Uh, okay, so this is, I think, where some interesting stuff is in terms of uh, uh, AMI quote, right? Quote sources. This is again, he says, not a complete list, and there's a lot more, and there's a lot of free data, as you can see. SID especially for you, USA, Canada, NYSE, NASDAQ, Toronto Stock Exchange, and you're seeing how many things are free from Google Finance, Google, Yahoo Finance, MSN, and I think. forex, and you, if this is not enough, then of course all the paid things are always there, and there are some detailed descriptions here. Let me just look at Google Finance, because that is not something I thought it did. I didn't know that. Okay, so there's a whole page on how to download quotes with AmiQuote and what the procedure is. It's really small print. Uh, it says Yahoo here uh, in this, but I'm looking for Google Finance because Google tends to do things a lot more efficiently. Okay, not here. Um, excuse me if I am spending too much time on this right now. Just that I've decided to look at foreign markets quite a lot, so it's just grabbing my attention. The Indian data we have, but where do we get data for the foreign exchanges? And well, uh, cheapo that I am, looking for free stuff. So all right, so this is that. Hopefully we'll figure it out. I'll probably need help from you guys on this along the way. There is one thing I want to point out as far as this AMI quote that he's talking about here is concerned. Please be careful when you use AMI quote. AMI quote only works with the licensed AMI broker if you have. Okay, in case you are using some sort of a crack of Amibroker and you use Amiquote, what I think is there on the forums and experience of some folks is you activate Amiquote, it looks like it does a license check, and if it is an invalid license, then it shuts down your Amibroker. And not only that, I think it does something with your registries, and your comp can get disabled, and then you'll have to reformat your drive and all. So it is free. All this is great that we've got all this free data where we can do stuff, but you can effectively do it only if you have a licensed AMI broker thing. The way I look at it, paying a very cheap price for having free access for the rest of your life through Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, and all that, right? Okay. Mm, so where were we? Yeah, we were looking at all this free data, then symbols and database. This is something, let's see, build up and store historical tick or 5-second data for backtesting. The fact that you can store this data for those of you who want to do backtesting, so once you download it from somewhere, Yahoo, Google, wherever, and you can store it, is great, right? Something that a lot of things don't allow you to do, which is store, because every time you want to go back, then you have to grab that data again. On this one, you can store it on your system, do back testing, just update it. That's a wonderful thing to have, and then be able to do forward testing with that. Build up and store intraday, minute, bar, and end of day data for back testing. That's great. Okay. Unlimited number of symbols and unlimited number of quotes. Obviously that's not true. There'll be some huge fantastic number which doesn't matter anyhow. So for all practical purposes, unlimited. So it's a paradise for system testers. Unfortunately, I'm not one. Got to build my skills on that, but for those of you who can definitely do this, you'll love this stuff. Multiple database support, store codes, company information, financial results, okay, categories, industry sector information. Now, I want to point out that you really can't do this for the Indian markets, because getting company information or financial results is in the way we want it, that Amibroker would have it, is not there unless you are subscribing to something like eSignal or one of these, international data providers. The cost is, I just recently was exploring, $65 per month, and that too it could be for delayed data, not for live data, but 15-minute delayed. In that, I'm assuming you'll have all this other financial results category. So if you're looking at that, it's there, but you and I know we're not going down that road. But coming back to SID, this is something that I'm wondering whether AmiCourt will grab from Yahoo Finance, Google Finance in terms of financial results also, because both Google and Yahoo Finance have things like EPS, PE, and all that. And if it does that automatically, that would be just fantastic. And then it builds this industry sector information, and then you have this industry identification categorization in the US, which I've not seen for India. So it might be there on Bloomberg and all that, but I have not seen it. And then it's automatically there. So if you just wanted to go and figure out which are all the energy companies or all the green and environmental or green companies or into, I don't know, transport, you can just do that if this thing has already been backfilled into your system. Okay, and then you can do the filtering by sector, industry, etc. Um, uh, Innovative tree browser showing symbols grouped by sectors, industries. Let me just show you that. Okay, so on the left side you have this panel, and very nice. You can, I hope you can see this. So you can see it by markets, and when I open markets, you can see NYSE, Nasdaq, and all that is already populated. Again, this is, I think, not so much for us, but something I would like to engage with anybody looking at foreign markets actively on this. Because if there is using AmiCourt and all that, and a way to just grab multi-market data and put it here, that would be great. You don't have to go then build your manual lists at all. Um, uh, just another thing, I mean, some of us might be in other parts of the world in the next few weeks, months, and all of that. You might be staying there for a few years on professional engagement. So being able to do this would be just great. And then you can look at local data without, how many hours and days and years we spend just dealing with data and not making money. All right, so that's one. Then groups, this is something that you can do manually, but you can also do through that AmiCourt, like I was saying. Not sure what groups are. We'll figure out. Sectors, this is nice. So if you look at it, it just automatically says basic materials, capital goods, conglomerates, energy. You do not have this auto classification for the Indian companies, but you do have this auto classification for the American and the, I think, the maybe European and Japanese ones and all. So when you get this data, I'm assuming through AmiCourt or through something like eSignal and all, it also comes with that tag. So if I just want to go and look at transportation, and that's all, I've got to do that and I'm done. In that, wow, I clicked this for the first time, I didn't see this at all. In transportation, you've got air courier, airline, this, that. So you can see the level of detailing which is there. And I guess if we had that list here, it would just give you all the airline companies, right? I mean, this is just look at this: consumer, cyclical, apparel, appliance, auto, truck, footwear, furniture, photography. Just reading this will give us ideas in terms of looking at sectors and how many subsectors and all that. Like I said, the very nice thing that it might auto classify all this is just fantastic. uh, Next one is GICS, and that is, I read this and I forgot, it's there mentioned again somewhere. There's an international classification system for companies, and they have all that. So that is, I guess if you have a GICS number, again, maybe it's auto tagged or something. I don't see how we are going to use this. I mean, if you are some major fund manager and all that, probably it helps. But anyhow, just to know that this is there already built in and ready to go. So I don't know how to use it right now, why I would use it, but we'll figure out. Something else called ICB, that's another type of classification. There's some 2 3 different international classifications in terms of companies being put into sectors, etc. And this is another, so you have an ICB classification, a GICS classification. It caters to both. And then really comes down to the watch lists that you can create, which is some of the stuff that we've been doing in the Wealth Lab. These watch lists, uh, sure, Gani, welcome, carry on. Will These are custom lists. You can create whatever you want, and you can create a huge variety of lists of them, right? And then you have your favorites and indices. I'm not sure what comes up here. I've not explored this. So this is what they were saying when they were talking about this symbol tree browser showing symbols different by different groups, etc. So really great. Um, Automatic handling of composites. So I haven't done this, but great. Now I am assuming what this means, and I could possibly be wrong on this, that so what are composites, by the way? Number and volumes of advancing, declining, and unchanged symbols. So this is like your advanced decline ratio. This is like your traders index, advancing volume divided by declining volume. We do not get this, or rather for India, we have to create this data manually. There is no service provider who does this. If Amibroker is going to be reading raw data and create this, and there is something there which just says Nifty advanced decline or Nifty composite or something, and you click it and it's doing that automatically, that's just amazing, because then you're going to get market wide analysis or a chart on market wide behavior rather than just stock specific behavior, which we have. That's the thing we've been only been able to do. But if this can automatically take, let's say, all the NSE stocks or all the Nifty 50 stocks and say 30 advanced and 20 declined, and or 30 advanced, 5 declined, 15 were the same, and give this chart over a historical period of time, then those of us who have done the technical indicators course, just to refresh your memory, you'll know that, knowing, for example, that the advanced decline line is going down, but the market is going up, tells you that underlying there's weakness in the market. On the other hand, both of them are going up, the market is definitely more healthy, or the uptrend is likely to continue. Okay. Uh, Now this is completely goes over my head. For you guys out there, JavaScript, VB script, all that stuff, and God knows what else. There's all this automation support allowing you to control your database from external programs. So there you have it. Think about it. I guess it just opens up a plethora of opportunities. Okay. AFL, I'm just going to skip this. Just key features: 200 built-in AFL functions, drag drop editor for charting and formulas. You get, I think, a lot of ready-made formula just sitting on the hundreds of websites out there and 4 hours out there, and just take it and copy paste if you know what you're doing. uh, Excellent stuff, right? I love this. Again, one of my regrets that I don't know coding. I guess I should stop cribbing about it and just learn. Formula based alerts, so ability to write uh, complex formula based alerts that can be displayed on the screen, sent to you via email, plus a user defined wave file. This would just be great, something I would love to engage with somebody, partner with somebody, if you can work on this. And then ability to learn external applications via alerts. This allows automated trade execution. So since most of us are going the IB road, and IB and AMI can be integrated, then IB has APIs. This is really advanced stuff from my perspective, from a technology perspective, for somebody like Sid or Gyani and all that. This probably is their left hand ka kaam. So something to maybe explore in detail right up front and see what it can do. All right, so this is cool. Portfolio level backtesting, right? We will inevitably, we have, most of us, unscientific, unprofessionally designed portfolios, in terms of you've got some this stock, that stock, blah 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 blah. How do we know at the and then we all know at the individual level how the stock is doing, and you've got this watch lists, or your system tells you, your trading account tells you, and then of course it tells you also how your portfolio is doing. But what it does not tell you is how is your portfolio doing versus an index. How is it doing in terms of volatility? How is it doing in terms of risk? What is your level of performance over different time periods and all? This is what portfolio level backtesting in Amibroker can do. So you can, like it says here, screening, right? Automatic analysis window enables you to scan your databases for symbols matching your defined buy-sell rules. Amibroker automatically produces the report telling you that if you buy-sell signal occurred on given symbol, in the specific time period, what would have happened, what would your result be for a set of stocks. So if you want to do this only on your Nifty stocks or only on the FNO stocks and screen it and check it out how it would work, brilliant. Something that I would again love to see in action and see how this can be used. Just give you a simple example. Suppose you now think that the pharma story is over, they're in a lot of trouble, which they are right now, and you would like to short the basket, right? Uh, how do you think this would perform at the portfolio level? It's so cumbersome to take each one, add up this, that, and all. So there are some pharma stocks, by the way, which continue to do life high, week after week. Though the large majority of the large cap ones are actually, in a bearish trend right now. But if you did a basket thing, then how would it be, right? Uh, so if this is something that, again, to explore, would be great. All right, so backtesting engine highlights. I am just going to, just uh, go silent for 10-15 seconds, and you can just read this whole thing, because again, like I said, it's not something that I find myself doing quickly, but you geeks can do that. So just take 15 seconds and we'll continue. All right. Uh, Next is chart commentaries and interpretation. I've never been a fan of this automatic results and arrows to say buy, sell here, and textual descriptions. But I think there is a place for this if one knows what one is looking for. If one is just using some indicator or some chart blindly on the basis of somebody's automation and buy, sell, I don't know. I think personality wise, it's just not my thing. But if you have coded like that backtesting engine, that AFL engine and all that, and one really knew what one was looking for, and why in that time frame or for that particular stock and what it means, then I think this sort of stuff would really be great. And then you can get those potential buy sells which you have coded and which you have put there with a great deal of thought. Okay. um, I'm going to just skip this. I have no idea what this means. Anybody wants to pitch in, jump in and comment on this, most welcome to. Right. Next is the last section, portfolio manager, scripting support, internet integration, and configurability. Okay. All right. So this is cool. Portfolio manager to track your investments, allows you to register. I don't know what registered, buy sell, I guess registered. Calculate brokerage commission, dividend, etc., and get instant calculation of equity value. Um, I don't know how useful this will be if one has to and how does one import all that contract data of what trades you did into this. If there is some tool, I don't know, but if you're going to have to sit and type this manually for every transaction, then it's going to be very cumbersome. Scripting support. Okay, basically allows you to automate time consuming database management tasks, which is great. Okay, create automatic downloaders, maintenance tool, exporters, all that. Super, yeah. Integration, built-in web browser. Okay. This is nice. The profile viewer is completely configurable so you can set it up for your particular exchange. I'm not exactly sure what this means. Would hopefully get explained in the tutorial, etc. The settings are market based, so you can access different websites for each market automatically. No longer will you be forced to waste your time browsing manually to get the latest. Amazing stuff, right? This is just super. um, So I'm assuming when it says settings are market based, this refers to, this, if you remember this watch list here, and it knows which market you're looking at, and it then changes the browser settings to take you to that particular market with the particular settings, right? I'm assuming, could be wrong, but whatever it is, this is just really cool to have. How many times we've done Google search to find out the exchange thing, then come back and all that. If that's all done, a lot of productivity gained. Configurability, uh, configurable and customizable in almost every area, not tied to a particular exchange or data guy. Okay. Flexible import methods. TA tools can change almost every parameter, and you can create your own indicators if you want, right? All right, so I think that's great. Pretty comprehensive introduction to Amibroker with the quick tour. Would anyone like to comment or add on anything? One thing that is going through my mind as I read this, I've read this before, but somehow, when I know that we are sort of discussing and interacting here, and something that didn't occur to me and I just skipped over was this scripting language, right? This part, I said, not my cup of tea. I don't know this stuff, and I really hadn't paid attention to this internet integration. Um, these two things, I guess, internet integration should be able to, anybody should be able to do it. The scripting support obviously needs knowledge of things like this and maybe some other stuff, and knowledge of databases and all. And I know people out there and people who listen to this recording have those skills. So guys, help me out here. If we can really figure something out with, something with this powerful tool, then I would love to see what we can explore here on this, right? uh, Done. Okay, just caught my attention. I guess some of you already saw it. Coming back to scripting, there's some SDK kit. No idea what that means. For registered users, allowing users to writing indicated DLLs or plugin. Okay, and there are many third-party available ones which you can just get. So them ActiveX and blah blah blah. All right, this is all Greek and Latin for me. Sorry. Okay, anyone wants to say anything about this quick tour? Um, Next is, it says getting started. Before we jump there, no? All right. Okay, so getting started, just a simple thing. Just says your system requirements. It does not mention Windows 10 here, but I guess it will work. And let's see, on the Amibroker website, I guess it should be there that it should work. I don't know how many of us are running Windows 10, but it should not really be an issue. So anyhow, I'm going to skip that. Where is this? Yes. Okay. Okay. What is this compatibility chart? Oh, okay, fine. Which ones work? Which ones don't? Okay. Hmm. Something just crossed my mind. I looked at interactive brokers here. The other very big popular platform in the US is thinkorswim.com by Ameritrade. And I'm just wondering why that has not been integrated here. Something, I don't know, Sid may want to look at before you do IB, you look at Thinkorswim. But then if you do that, then I guess we are on different platforms, and then collaboration is going to perhaps become a challenge. But just a thought. And I don't know if Thinkorswim offers the multi-exchange, multi-country, multi-asset thing like IB does. But just check it out. No harm. Okay. What's new in Amibroker? I'm going to skip this. This is your, it's not completely technical, but just go through it quickly. Okay. Okay, sorry, I missed the recording. So FA support, great. Bar replay support, great. Okay, this account manager, okay, tracking the history of all transactions. I guess this will work if you're using an Amibroker with your trading account, right? And then somehow, I guess there is some tool to capture all the trades you do through Amibroker, and it's able to do that. But we'll figure that out later. Um, okay, so something about 3D optimization. I saw my okay, so that I have no idea and what that means. Chart animation, um, uh, something just not sure, but okay. Uh, okay, for those of us who are really interested in analysis, walk forward testing, that's cool. This is something that I've always craved for, floating windows, so that you can get actual multi-monitor stuff and just put, attach 2 3 monitors and you can push it to different things and get a really nice setup. Okay, no idea what all this stuff is. This is don't even know what it stands for, or even if you read it, what it means. If you are very statistically or analytically oriented, then all this is there: the covariance, metrics, adaptation, whatever, whatever. Um, okay, some new functions. If you go through this, you'll see things like millions of rows and this that. I don't even understand what that means, but the thing is that this has really been uh, amazingly scaled and very very feature rich. Something here caught my eye: IRA account backtesting via settlement delay. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but if it is IRA as in the individual retirement account in the US, then something that could be useful for SID and anyone else who has an IRA account. And that's it. So this is, I'm looking at the 5.6 thing. You now have Amibroker 6. And I guess there's a whole another set of features which are there, but they're mostly, as far as I know, is all to do with the AFL type thing and not really anything to do with charting anymore. Okay, so let's stop or take a break here. Any comments? Anyone? Would you like to continue now or take it to next week? Or any comments? Let me know.